You want to stop shootings? Start letting good people shoot back. I bet you've heard the latest news on gun control in Canada. Let's talk about that. I'm Max Penner, and this is Roughneck Radio. Hello everyone and welcome to a late night, no hat version of Roughneck Radio. It is currently 12:54 a.m. on August 7th and I am very tired. As you can see, it is very late out. You can actually see the reflection of my monitor right there. And you can see, if I can, the hat on the bed right there. Anyway, I actually just happened to have worn this shirt completely on accident, just from wearing it today from my day-to-day tasks. But now that's out of the way, let's get into it. But before I do, please make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment on your thoughts on these issues. And you can join our Discord server, link in the description below. And I've got a new video suggestion form on it where you can suggest all sorts of political content on the Google form there. And all that will be linked in the description and the pinned comment. Now let's get into it. Whoa. Before I begin, I know I keep stalling, but disclaimer, YouTube disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. I am not promoting any violence at all. Believe me, I'm doing the exact opposite, or at least I'm trying to do the exact opposite. So please, this is all for educational purposes only. Do not take this down. May 1st, 2020. Following a mass shooting in Nova Scotia, then Prime Minister Justin Trudeau introduced a firearms ban on 1,500 different types of quote-unquote assault-style firearms. The bill, Bill C-21, came into effect in 2022 and banned numerous handguns and, as I said earlier, assault-style firearms, or what they call assault-style firearms. It's like It was like assault style or military capable rifles, whatever the hell that was supposed to mean. This ban was broadened in 2024, however, widening it to 1,500 more of their criteria of assault style weapons and handguns on the anniversary of the Polytechnic shooting, because I don't know why they had to ban them then or at all. But they did. I forgot to mention this in the video, but it also bans numerous amounts of shotguns as well. And I will be linking the document of all the firearms that are banned in Canada as of the present time, so you can see if you are affected by this or not. Anyway, back to the video. There was also a buyback program where the government was to buy back your firearms and ship them off or sell them or destroy them elsewhere. And this plan was included to have Canada Post ship the firearms to a facility of sorts. But Canada Post was like, nah, we're not doing that, due to whatever safety concerns they had or whatever, but they couldn't do it. So now the buyback program is completely useless, and they can't actually enforce the gun ban unless you have them out in public. Did I mention that the Liberals have also spent hundreds of billions on the buyback program, even though not one gun has been collected? No, I didn't? Oh, okay, well, yep, that's a thing. Anyway. Now I want to tell my personal story with firearms. I started shooting when I was 2 years old, just like my dad and his dad before him. And because of this, I, like many other people, have come to the conclusion and belief that firearms are a tool and not a weapon. They are used to hunt, defend yourself, and defend your nation. Now, here's why gun control fails every single time. and undermines the rights of every single law-abiding Canadian. The definition of a criminal is someone who does not follow the law. So passing more laws to stop criminals is like shitting your pants and changing your shirt. You're not fixing the problem, you're covering it up and hoping no one notices the smell. Back during the Harper years, gun crime was a lot lower because a lot more people had guns and laws were more lenient. So criminals were actually somewhat afraid back then, or so I'd say, because more people had guns and they were worried that they were going to fight back. Especially out west here, a lot of people had and still do have guns for hunting, ranching, and before the new recent laws came in, partial self-defense. But what I'm trying to say here is putting in a law to suppress law-abiding Canadians is nothing but an attack on those people. And we need to repeal those laws and put in our own castle doctrine and carry laws so people can defend themselves, because the police can't always respond everywhere. Which brings me to my next segment. I would like to start this segment off by saying, as I said before, the police can't always be everywhere. So let's paint a picture. You're walking down the street with your girlfriend or wife, or if you're female and watching this, your husband or boyfriend. A masked man runs up with a weapon, let's say a gun, and demands your purse or theirs, depending on who you are watching this. You try / your significant other tries to de-escalate. Maybe you or your significant other even tries to fight them off, but it's no use. He pulls the trigger. Now, by some miracle, you survive, or they survive. Maybe your loved one takes the bullet instead. Either way, you've been attacked. But what happens next isn't what you'd expect. Instead of being treated like the victim, you get slapped with charges. You're not the criminal, but you're the one on trial. Not the thug who tried to rob you. You, for daring to fight back, for defending yourself. That's Canada's justice system. Defend yourself, you're the bad guy. Meanwhile, the thug who attacked you, he'd be on bail before you even leave the hospital. If you called the police, it wouldn't have done much either, and it could have taken way too long. Now, let's go back to the same situation, but with the same laws as the United States has for self-defense. You and your significant other are strolling down the street. The thief comes up and demands your belongings, and you or your significant other pulls out the handgun they were carrying and eliminates the threat immediately. You're facing immediate danger on the street, or someone breaks into your house and it comes down to you and or your family's lives, or ending the threat as quickly as possible. You can't tell me you wouldn't choose the latter. There are numerous examples of good guys with guns ending bad guys with guns. Take Jack Wilson in Texas, for example. A man walked into a Texas church with a shotgun with the intent to kill people, and Jack Wilson popped out of his seat with a .357 SIG and eliminated the threat from around 50 feet away. If you watch Brandon Herrera, you'd know who this is too, actually. Good video on that, I'll link it in the description. The same with Elijah Dicken. In 2022, in the Greenwood Park Mall, a gunman with a Sig Sauer M400 and a Smith & Wesson M&P 15 opened fire in the mall, killing 4 people in total. It could have been more if our hero Mr. Dicken wasn't there. Elijah was shopping with his girlfriend when he heard the commotion. That's when he drew his Glock 19 and fired 10 rounds, hitting the gunman 8 times, which eventually eliminated the perpetrator soon after. The police can't be everywhere at once, and everything from a 22 cal to a 12 gauge is faster than dialing 911. Bans don't scare thugs, they attack the common people. Everyone from Farmer Joe and his hunting rifle to people like Elijah Dicken who carry for safety, and everyone in between. And if the hoodlums knew their next victim might have a chance of fighting back, I can assure you they'd think twice before committing their crime. And Canadian gun owners are some of the most law-abiding, vetted gun owners in the world. I'm not saying Americans aren't, not at all. I am saying because our process has always been long and very tedious to get a license, predating even Trudeau, although it was not as bad at all before Trudeau. We've done the work, we followed every rule, why are we the ones getting targeted? We don't want to live in a country where people are afraid to defend themselves. We want to live in a country where people are afraid to attack in the first place. Disarming honest civilians isn't about stopping crime. It's about making people easier to control. Because armed citizens are the last line of defense against government overreach. And to everyone out there who says nobody should have guns so we can stop crime, I hope this video has made you think twice about that. Stay loud, stay proud, and stay armed. I'm Max Penner, and this is Roughneck Radio. And to all the gun owners out there, I will never stop fighting for you. You will always have a voice with me. A good organization to check out is the CCFR. And no, I am not sponsored. They're a good organization fighting for gun rights. And again, I will always be fighting for gun rights as well, because gun rights are freedom rights. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. And one last thing before I wrap up. If you live in Calgary and are of voting age, vote for Sonya. She is the only conservative candidate who is going to cut taxes and fund the police and fund all our essential services and put Calgary back into a place where we could be stable again. And if you live in Ward 6, vote for Joanne Birce. She's the only one who will give our ward a voice in City Hall and talk on the issues that matter. All links will be in the description for you to go support them. And no, I'm not sponsored or told to do this. It's just who I support, although I have personally met Joanne. Anyways, have a good one.